We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those
Sunday morning
thugs.
This is brought to you by a healthy reading and a good breakfast. Yeah. Money don't make my world go round. I'm reaching out for a higher ground. What a bullshit ass song. Money is everything. Money is everything. And nothing. Where did money begin? Where does it end? What does it do in between? You're so dumb you need me to tell you about it. Well, you're lucky. Today, I will tell you everything you need to know about money. Why should you listen to me about it, you may ask? Maybe because I have way more money than you, or anyone you or I know. I'm the money man. Demelo motherfucking money man Marcus. Yeah, that was my nickname in high school, by the by. Let's start easy, so even the likes of you can understand. From the origins of bartering to the modern money, this is how the system has evolved. As early as it began to wear domestic livestock, one of the earliest forms of barter included cattle, sheep, and as well as vegetables and grain. The first known currency was created by King Aedes in Lydia, now part of Turkey, in 600 BC, obviously. Google it! Google it! What was it made of, you ask? I know you don't know, so I'll tell you. It was a mixture of silver. Why? Why gold and silver? Out of all the things in the world, two completely useless forms of precious metals, why did gold become the leading metal? Because gold is like that boring ass bit that just sits on the couch all day, staring at the wall with nothing to talk about or do. It's useless. The only thing that it can do is be used as currency. It bends too much. Imagine trying to build a bunch of wet pool noodles into a building. No, you can't. Let me tell you a secret that no one else will tell you. Money is only as real as you imagine it to be. It's fake, like a Las Vegas stripper's tits, or Caitlyn Jenner's secret vagina. Imagine if fish was currency. It could be. We could make it by catching a shit ton of fish, trading them for things that we want, and do it as much on a large scale. And then bam, fish is currency. The only problem with that, we can breed fish. Think about it. Can you make gold? Are you allowed to print cheap sheets of paper we use as currency? I don't think so. At one point in time, currency was whatever you were trading. Then it rolled into precious metals and nice looking gems into the dollar bill backed by gold. That is until 1913 Federal Reserve Act signed on Jekyll Island completely get rid of paper backed by what was then and selling to America, to the Federal Reserve, nothing. At some point in the 1970s, someone coined the phrase the petrodollar to act as though our dollar system inflates and deflates depending on oil. What a fucking scam. Now they're making cryptocurrency that's actually described as only as real as you imagine. I have an idea for you. Imagine what happens when all your currency is electronic. You do something wrong, and boop, your account doesn't exist, and you have no money. Let me take a sidestep here. Sometime in the 1830s, Andrew Jackson, the 7th president of America, of the United States, said, "The bank is trying to kill me, but I will kill it." Why? Because the banking elite was getting rid of the backing of the dollar bill with gold, just to the integrity of the bank itself. Like they have fucking integrity. Lending money at a fee. Usury. Stealing money from the people. As President Andy Jackson got the money back to gold again, even as there were attempts on his life, which he survived, got it to happen. He left the presidency, and those damn bankers got their filthy hands back on the power and replaced it. As said earlier, I'm not repeating myself, so don't ask. Abe Lincoln, obviously the 16th president, invented the greenback system of money. Though it wasn't backed by gold or silver, but it was a money system through the evil federal government. Federal government, who at the time was in charge of the money. What happened on old Abe? Bam! Boom! 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 Got shot in the dome with the bright chrome. Flash forward. Before all this Federal Reserve was just the bitch. But now it's in full force. The time period is the 1961. JFK, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, 35th president, signed the executive order 11110 that states, I again urge a revision in our silver policy that reflect the status of silver as a metal for which there is an expanding industrial demand. Except for its use in coins, silver serves no useful monetary function. In the 1961, at my direction, sales of silver were suspended in the Secretary of the Treasury. As further steps, I recommend the appeal of those acting to oblige the Treasury to support the price of silver and repeal the special 50% tax on transfers of interest in silver and authorization for the Federal Reserve System to issue notes in denominations of $1 so as to make it possible the gradual withdrawal of silver certificates from circulation and the use of silver thus released for coinage purposes. I urge the Congress to take prompt action on these recommended changes. JFK then started working on making his own currency to help the people and pay off the reserve debt, which is also made up number. But anyway, we sadly know what happened to JFK. 2 presidents dead, 1 with assassination attempts, and 1 strong living Federal Reserve. You didn't see that. Now that you all realize that you are in prison in the banking elite and Federal Reserve, you can just give me all your money. Send it to me so I can buy things I want and need, of course. You don't need money because I just told you how stupid and bad it is. So to do my part in helping, I will take all of it off your hands and do my best to give it back to the system by buying a bunch of shit I need and not working. Therefore, there is no recycle of money, and the vicious cycle will eventually have to end. I'll link my bank account and P.O. box in the info select section. Please no checks, just money order. Checks are for homos named Tony Romo hanging out with Bono. Money orders are acceptable. I will also take your credit cards, max it out for you so you can't use it, and I'll cut it up for you. Wow, what a great guy I am. Doing something good for a bunch of imbeciles like you really makes me feel better about myself. Now, trust me, I know I'm the fucking best. Next week, we'll be talking about vanity. Vanity? That means that I'm way fucking better looking than you, and I know it. And if you're some ugly piece of trash, you need not show up. And if you think you're more handsome than me, you need to show up so I can prove your ugly ass wrong. Goodbye, best friends.